another YouTube video, everybody. Today is very exciting. I was given a super fucking cool idea by Hooked on Stitches, and I'm really excited to try this. So if you watched one of my previous body harness tutorials, you will know that when I made that, it had panties on the bottom. And she messaged me and said, oh my god, what if you made coffin-shaped panties? And I was like, that's fucking amazing. Why don't I make coffin-shaped panties? And why don't I show you how to make coffin-shaped panties? Because I believe that all of us, everywhere in the world, need to wear coffin-shaped panties because that's fucking awesome. So, here's what we're gonna need. This is how you get started. Go to your local fabric store, buy whatever kind of fabric you want. I bought black velvet because, like, come on. If you're gonna make coffin-shaped panties, clearly they need to be black velvet. So this is 4-way stretch, okay? So all that means is that it stretches both ways. It stretches up and down, and it stretches side to side. So if you're going to make panties, 4-way stretch is probably your friend. So any kind of spandex, stretch velvet, even jersey, anything like that will usually be 4-way stretch, and that's going to help you out a lot. So I got a piece. It just has to be a long enough piece that you can make your panties out of. I probably could have got a little less, but the girl cut it a bit generous. So there we go. You need elastic. So I bought black velvet elastic, which is a thing. Isn't that amazing? But you could use plain elastic, glitter elastic, whatever you want. I bought quite a bit because I'm going to make a whole bunch of straps, but you can do it however you want. This is probably 4 yards, I'm going to say, I bought of that. I have an O-ring, which I got off a belt that I ripped apart from the thrift store. You can use, they have these in usually fabric stores for doing like curtain stuff. You can just buy these, 1 O-ring. I've got a fabric marker. You can also use chalk as you prefer. Got a measuring tape, purple of course, and matching purple fabric scissors because clearly your sewing accessories need to match. And a pair of my underwear, which, yeah, I know you didn't need to see my underwear, but now you have and you can't take it back. So I'm sorry. Anyway, there, my underwear, because I'm going to use these as a pattern to make the coffin so that I understand that they fit me because I know these fit me and these are a good shape for starting the coffin. So we're gonna move over and show you how to cut this out. But basically, you're gonna lay out your fabric nice and flat. You're gonna lay your panties on them like this. I hope all you out there like thongs because that's where this is going. And then you're going to use your measuring tape and your fabric marker to draw out the coffin shape. So we're gonna move to the table so I can show you how to do that. I also immediately forgot to tell you that you need pins. So this is my grandmother's pincushion, which has a few pins in it. So here we are at the cutting table. So just down here, I have the panties laid out. So they're laid out like this. So you just need to fold everything in so that you have the basic triangle shape of the panties. So I just folded the straps in like that. And I have this down here at the basic triangle point like that. So I'm just going to use my measuring tape and draw out the coffin shape around it and then taper it into a point because you don't want your panties to be like flat and wide at the bottom, right? You got to taper it into a point like a proper thong and just do the coffin shape up here. So here we go. Okay, so we stopped here to show you. I've basically drawn out half of it. So here's the chalk lines. So I just drew like, well, that's more than half there, but I drew out half of it. Obviously, this is too wide. But what I'm going to do is unpin the panties, cut out this half, and then fold it over to make sure that both halves match. And then you can adjust it to make it smaller so it's a more accurate panty size. Because you can always cut smaller, but once you've cut it too small, you're fucked and you got to start again, right? So we're going to cut this out, fold it, cut the other half to match, and then adjust it to a proper panty size so we know it fits us well. All right, let's go. All right, kids, so now we have this, my beautiful little black coffin shape. I cut it down so it's a similar size. So if you hold this up, See, like side to side. It's a little bit wider here, but like that's not bad. I don't mind a little more coverage like in there. We don't want things escaping after all. That would be bad news. So that matches up good. It's a little bit, you can see it's a little bit not straight here, but that's like not a big deal. So now I have to take it to the sewing machine so we can sew the black elastic trim to the edges. So here we go. Okay, so welcome to the sewing machine. So I've got my coffin shape here. I've got my elastic, whatever. I've got a lighter. We're gonna need a lighter to burn the edge of the elastic just so that it doesn't like fray when we're doing this. So I'm going to use a zigzag stitch because that stretches. So basically all we're going to do is lay out, get your elastic, lay it out on the edge of the coffin like this, do like a zigzag stitch, cut it off, burn it, and keep going. And that way your stitches will stretch with you. If your machine has a stretch stitch function, you don't need to do that, but Frank the Tank is old as shit and doesn't have that. So we're going to use the zigzag. And here we go. Okay, so using the same technique as before, this is just jersey. So that jersey is t-shirt material, so I just happen to have purple laying around. You can use whatever color you want. So I just cut a little triangle of jersey to match the coffin, or the bottom of the coffin. So we're here, this is the butt. This is where the thong part's gonna go. And then I just pinned it on, so I'm just gonna stitch that on to give everyone a little bit of extra protection in the crotch area, because all panties have gussets. If you feel like you need extra, you could even do 2 layers of jersey if you want. It doesn't make it too bulky. So we're just gonna stitch that on. All right, so now we have this. We have a black velvet coffin bordered in black velvet. You can kind of see the zigzag stitches on this. Unfortunately, it's not as invisible as I would like it to be, but oh well, I think it looks great. I don't really care. So we have this. So when I've got my mannequin here, if you don't have a mannequin, you can do this on yourself. You kind of just have to like put it and then measure the elastics like around your body, which I've definitely done before. But we're going to do it on her because that's easier and much less personal for you guys. So I'm just going to put this here and like fold that under her crotch like that. And then I'm going to start pinning on the elastic. This is where the pins really come in handy. So I'm going to put 3 straps coming from here, going around into the O-ring thong in the back. So I'm going to pin that on and then I'll show you. I've pinned everything on, so you can see here, got the panties, got all the pins in it. So the next step is for me to stitch all these down. Like I said, I did this on the mannequin, and the reason I can do that is because this mannequin is obviously a lot shorter than me, but she's similar measurements around the hip and butt. If you have a mannequin that is not close to your measurements, you either have to pad it so that it is, or you have to do it on your own body. Otherwise, you're going to get panties that give you mighty, mighty muffin top, which nobody wants. So obviously you need to put elastics on all the points to hold them down. So you've got these 2 holding the coffin up, and this one is necessary to hold this point here down. Otherwise, this point of the panties would just flap, and you don't want that. So I did this, and this comes around and around the bottom of the butt cheek and attaches to the thong in the back, and that's going to hold the coffin nice and flat in the front for you. So I think this looks pretty cute. We're going to show you the close-up. So I am now going to go stitch this down. We'll see you at the sewing machine. Here we are at the end. Aren't you excited to see the panties? I'm so excited to show them to you. They turned out really cute. Where did I put them? I thought I had them in my hands, but clearly I don't. I remember they're down there. Don't they look cute? Everyone needs a coffin on their crotch, right? Ooh, and look at the back. Everyone needs to... This actually makes me look like I have a bum. Apparently these like elastic understraps, apparently I should do that all the time because it makes me look like I have an ass and I'm super excited about it. Don't take this away from me, internet. I finally have an ass for a few minutes. So, super cute, super easy to make. You too can make yourself a pair of DIY coffin panties in like, I'm gonna say it took me like an hour and a half start to finish. Like it really wasn't that long, honestly. And I think they look super cute and I'm totally jazzed about it. So I hope you liked this video and my bum. And if you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be amazing. If you want to subscribe to my channel for more cool DIY videos and other random shit, that would be even more amazing. If you want to follow me on Instagram, usually for outfit pictures, I'm not posting this on Instagram. Like, I'm not. I'm sorry about it, but it's not going up there. Madame_Absinthe for other awesome outfits that usually do not feature my ass. Madame_Absinthe on Twitter as well for sewing in progress and pictures of my makeup. If you want to ring the bell, you can get notifications when we put up new fabulous sewing videos and other stuff. If you want to buy me a Kofi to support my weird fabric art, that would be great. It's kofi.com/Madame_Absinthe. And I think that's it. Like, subscribe, follow me on social media, ring the bell, buy me a Kofi if you want to, make yourself a pair of coffin panties, and everybody give Hooked on Stitches a round of applause for like giving me this fucking cool idea. And I will see you guys all around for my next awesome DIY video. Cha-cha.